Hello guys, welcome you all. Pizza Seeker is here. So guys, I have brought for you the new series of the penetration testing with the Kali Linux, in which we will cover the all topics related to the real case scenario of the penetration testing, that how the penetration testing work in the real case scenario. So without wasting our time, let's begin with the agenda of the penetration testing that we will cover in this video. So in today's video, we will cover the introduction, the stage of the penetration testing, and the installation of the Kali Linux. So without wasting our time, let's begin with the introduction of the penetration testing. So what is the penetration testing? The penetration testing is known as a pen test. It is a simulated cyber attacks against the computer system to check for the exploitable vulnerabilities. It means the vulnerabilities means the weaknesses. The pen testing can involve the attempts of breaching of any numbers of application system. Example, the API, which means the application protocols interface, and front-end backend servers, which means the website which is handling the front-end as well as to uncover the vulnerabilities such as unsanitized input that are unsuspectable to code injection attacks. The stages of the penetration testing are as follows. We will discuss one by one. The first one is the reconnaissance, which means that gathering as much as information related to the target. The second one is scanning, performing the scan on the target related to the network or else the web scan. Third one is the vulnerability assessment, testing for vulnerabilities or performing the scan by a tool which determine it can be exploited. The fourth one is exploitation. After identifying the vulnerabilities, it is time to exploit related to the vulnerabilities. And the last one is reporting. At the last, making the POC related to the vulnerabilities. We will cover all this topic in this series as we go further one by one. So let's take a look for how to install this Kali Linux. To install the Kali Linux in your machine, first we have to install the VMware in your desktop. So to download the VMware, simply type VMware download. Here you will see the first link of the VMware. Here you will see that VMware 17 player for the Windows. Click on the download now. The download will be start. I have already installed in my machine, so I will not download and install for now. If you don't have the VMware workstation, then simply download and install in your machine. So I will cancel for now, and now we have to install the Kali Linux ISO. So we will simply type Kali Linux ISO. Here is the official page of the Kali Linux. Scroll down, you will see that here is the ISO file. So simply click on the download button. The downloading will be start in your machine. I have already downloaded, so I will show the tutorial of how to host the virtual machine in the VMware. So I will simply cancel this. Now open your VMware workstation. Simply type VMware workstation. For the first time, you will see this interface. So click on the create new virtual machine. Click on the typical and next. Select on the install disk image and browse the ISO of the Kali Linux which you have downloaded in the particular path. I have downloaded in this directory, so I will click and open. Next, it is the Linux machine, so we will select the Linux, and here you have to select the Ubuntu. Next, at here you can give the any name for your machine. Suppose I will give penetration testing. Here you have to give the path where to install the Linux machine. So I will install the Linux machine in my drive. In another drive, create the new folder. Machine. Simply save the file. I will select this file. My virtual machine will be installed in this file, which I have given in the location path. So simply click on the next. Here we have to give the disk capacity. For now, I will give around 100 GB, which is sufficient for the Kali Linux. You can give around 200 GB as your remaining space. So after that, click on the store the virtual disk as a single file. Simply click on the next. Here we have to do some configuration. Click on the customize hardware. Here we will choose the network as a bridge, and in the memory section, if you have to give the 6 gigabytes of RAM, so you will simply calculate 6 multiplied 1 0 to give the 6 gigabytes of RAM. This will be value. So if you want to give the 6 gigabytes of RAM, the value is 6144. But for this tutorial, I will give only 4 gigabytes of RAM. So 4 multiplied by 1024, 4096. I will simply put 4096. Here you can give the processor according to your processing power. Simply close and finish. The new virtual machine has been created over here. Simply click on the power on virtual machine. Click on the graphical installation. It will take some time. Now you have to install the language. So select the English, United States, or your current keyboard should be American English. After installing some files, here we have to give the host name. So I will simply give the host name as a Kali. Continue. The domain name I will again type as a Kali. Continue. Now we have to give the username. So I will give the username as hacker. Continue and click on continue. Now you have to choose your password. I will simply type my password as a Kali. You can give any password. So continue. You can choose any time clock which is not required so far. So continue. Here you have to take a look that you have to choose the this option and simply continue. Continue. Again continue. Click on yes. Continue. Here is the installation of some files. Okay. After installing some files, here you have to take a look that this option should be checked because the Kali provides the pre-installed tool related to the penetration testing. So we will need that tool in this further video. So click on continue. Okay, here the retrieving of the file was completed. Now we have to install the bootloader. So simply click on the yes and continue. Select on the entire disk device manually. Click on the dev/sda. Okay, the installation has been finished. Continue. Here the installation has been finished. Now it will load the Kali Linux in our machine. Enter your username and password. We have given the username as a hacker and password as a Kali. Here we have successfully installed the Kali Linux in our virtual machine. So that's it. So see you later. Bye bye.